Good morning. All right, good morning, you guys. We'll get started in just a couple of minutes. So today you won't need anything except yourselves, your mat, a towel if you want it, water, you know, the normal, that just the regular stuff. If you don't have a mat, you can always use a towel. You really don't need a mat. Like that's it. So we'll meet back here in, just a couple more minutes, and happy Friday. One more minute before we jump on our mats and get started. All right, we made it. All right, cool. Excuse me. So good morning, you guys. Happy Friday. Hope you're all doing well and waking up well. Excuse me. So today we're going to roll through our 26 and 2 style practice. practice. We'll take it through our 2 breathing exercises, one at the beginning and one at the end, and then we will roll through some of the basics of our 26 and 2 style practice, but we're gonna add on a couple extra stretches and a few extra postures. So yeah, we're gonna have some fun. We're gonna get into a little bit of some deeper stretches today. And so with that kind of taking the stretch a little deeper, one, always be mindful that, especially if you're practicing live with me now, it's still early. And I'm guessing that most people are kind of rolling-ish out of bed. There's not like a whole bunch of work exercise that has been done yet, and so the body is still a little bit snug. So make sure that you're kind with yourself. Your practice won't feel the same depending on like the time of day and how much movement and activity you've had before you get into some of those deeper stretches. So 1, be nice to yourself. 2, know that even those deeper stretches that sometimes can look intimidating, there's always a step before and a couple of steps before. So if the stretch that we get into doesn't feel right, I will give you guys a few extra things that you can do if the deeper stretch that we're in isn't accessible today. So there's gonna be lots of work before we get into that deep stretch. So we'll get you warm and ready and open. But again, if that particular stretch that we jump into today doesn't work, I'm gonna have a few more things that you can do to help take you there. So I'm gonna check to make sure everything looks good on these cameras, and then we'll get started and start with our breathing exercise, because that's where the magic starts, is with our breath. All right, cool. So everything looks good. And we're just gonna start with our breathing exercise, pranayama, deep breathing exercise. You'll start with your feet together, toes and heels touch side by side. Take a moment to stand up tall, relax your shoulders, and just take a breath. And then interlace your grip. Thumbs crossed, knuckles come underneath your chin. On your inhale, you'll stretch your elbows high so they frame your face like a Y. Really pull the breath in. On your exhale, you look back, take your knuckles with your chin, and slowly start to make a fist. Palms close, and then maybe the wrists, forearms, and maybe your elbows. So squeeze as close as your arms fully, and then right away you'll breathe in again, chin down, elbows up. So we do a whole bunch of them. It's nice and noisy, so don't be shy. Hopefully you've got privacy so that you can be a little bit noisy with the breath. This one is a real audible breath, helping to just really from the beginning of your practice create that like 60-minute open-eyed meditation that yoga is so good at facilitating. So let's go ahead and go for it. Feet are close, bottom half is strong, stand up tall, relax your shoulders, interlace your grip, knuckles underneath your chin, thumbs rest softly with the back of your throat. Even out the distribution of weight as you relax your shoulders. Start with an exhale, empty your lungs. Breathe in, let's begin. Pull the air in through your nose, stretch your elbows up high, pull your belly in, let your ribcage expand, fill your lungs full, big breath, feels good. Exhale, look back, nice and slow, take your time. Press your palms close, maybe close the gap. Go for wrists, then forearms, elbows, maybe even touch as you empty your lungs. And inhale, chin down, elbows up. Most important throughout your breathing exercise is that you're breathing fully and deeply. So if the elbows don't touch, forearms don't touch, no, full breath, fill up, exhale. Take it slow, really lengthening your breath, maybe 5, 6 count if you can. Squeeze, 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 squeeze for empty. Breathe in, go. It's a constriction in your throat, so it's noisy. You can hear it come in. H-A, ha, like you're fogging up a mirror on the ceiling. Squeeze all the way out. Inhale through your nose. Exhale out your mouth. Breathe in. Exhale. Let's keep going. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. 3 more. Exhale. 2 more. Breathe in. Each breath getting bigger than the last. Exhale. Each exhale getting emptier than the last. Out like a wet rag. Inhale, breathe in, fill them up. Creating elasticity in the lungs, vital health for them. Stretch up, fill up, fill up, fill up. Big exhale, take your time. As long as you need, exhale all the way. When you're empty, let it go. And then release. You can roll your shoulders a couple of times, lick your lips. Throughout the rest of class, just nice, normal breaths in and out through your nose. So let's start with half moon. Warming up that last section of the body. Inhale your arms over your head and release your grip. Release your index fingers, crossing your thumbs. Take a big breath in, stretch up, get tall. And then as you exhale, go side to side. And see if you can just really follow the length of that stretch. Look for it from your fingertips all the way to the pinky edge side of your foot. Really push your hips off to the right and to the left. Let it feel good. Just kind of unstick the body a little bit. And then bring it back to center. Keep your arms overhead. Make your grip nice and strong. See if you can close the gap in between your palms. Breathe in a big breath. Stretch up tall. And as you exhale, we go off to the side. So squeeze your biceps towards your ears. Straighten out your arms. Reach your fingertips towards the right side of your room. Slide your right shoulder forward. Hold your abs in so you're staying a little bit lifted. And then puff your chest forward as you pull your arms back. Keep the bottom half of your body really, really strong. So press down through the soles of your feet. Squeeze your glutes, press your inner thighs together, and push your hips off towards the left. See if you can find even more space here on the left side of your body. Take in one more inhale, get as long as you can. Use your exhale, push your hips off towards the left. And inhale, a big breath, come back through center. Stay for an exhale as you reset. On your inhale, breathe in, stretch tall. Possibly can use your exhale to the left. So your exhale has this kind of magical way of letting your body know that it's relaxed, it's ready, it's eager, and there's space. So utilize your exhale as a means to maybe take you deeper or to get clarity on whether or not there is more space. Sometimes we hide tension unnecessarily, and sometimes there is no space left. So use the exhale to notice. Inhale, you reach and lengthen. As you exhale, you push your hips off towards the right. Left shoulder slides forward again. Chest up, arms back. Start to create some space. Everything is active here. Squeeze your glutes, press your inner thighs together. Work for the space that you want. Stretch to the left, push your hips to the right. Breathe in, come back through center. Stay for your exhale. First backward bend. Might be your first backward bend of the day. Be nice to yourself. Hands look back. Be a little bit fearless. Go back. Inhale, a big breath, come back through center. And on your exhale, fold forward. You can bend your knees as much as you need to. Release your fingers or hands to the floor and start to fill out your heels. Just shift right, shift left. You can bend your knees deeply and kind of wiggle a little bit. All right, and then let's do Padasana, hands to feet. So bend your knees pretty deeply, reach back from behind, step on all 5 fingers of each hand. Fingers will point in the same direction as your toes, and then really work to wrap your forearms beyond your calves. Take a nice full breath in, create a little bit of length. And then on your exhale, rock your body's weight forward, sandwich your upper body against your lower, and slowly start to stretch the top of your head down. Work to firm up your quads on the front side of your body, so a little tension is held on your abdominals. Press your upper body against your lower. Now, if as you start to work to straighten your legs, you notice this big gap happen in between your upper and lower body, bend your knees to close the gap, and this will help to stabilize the backside of your body so you can work to straighten your legs. And from that bend, you'll just slowly take your time working to straighten your legs, maintain that sandwich of your upper and lower body against one another. Rock forward, create some length. One more inhale. Grip tight, wrap your forearms behind your calf muscles. And then release. Inhale, breathing, come up. Arms with your ears. Exhale, release your arms, stand tall. Let's do it again. This time a little different. So open up your feet, a little wider. overhead. We're gonna create a little more space. This time, clasp at the left wrist with the right hand. Breathe in, stretch high. On your exhale, side bend towards the right. So slide your hips off towards the left. Right shoulder comes forward. Abs are strong. See if you can create even more space. So use the strength of the right side. And then breathe in, come back through center. Switch sides, just creating a little bit more depth. Inhale. Exhale, up and over. This time, push your hips off towards the right. Left shoulder slides forward. Use the strength of your left arm. And inhale back to center. So you can take your hands on the small of your back if you feel like you need a little bit of support. Otherwise, take your arms overhead. Soften up your knees a little bit. Breathe in, stretch up. And then as you exhale, start to go back. Big breath in brings you back through center. And on your exhale, you'll fold forward. Keep that nice space in between your feet. Grab onto your two big toes. So with the middle and index finger grip in between the big and second toe, you can hold on tight with your thumbs and then breathe in. Stretch your spine forward. Long spine. Exhale. Fold. This time, elbows go wide. Opposite sides of the room. Rock your body's weight forward. Work to straighten your legs and stretch the top of your head down. You're working to rock your body's weight a little bit forward. So there's a little squish in those two fingers, but it's okay. They'll be all right. You don't want to squish them to death, so you'll know that edge. Rock forward, pull tight, and lengthen. Let's stay for 3 breaths, so find your depth. See if you can hang for 3, 2, and exhale. Good, release your grip, look forward, and inhale, come. All the way, sweep your arms overhead. As you exhale, release your arms. Feet stay in that hip. Inhale your arms up, palms flat, fingers together. Stretch your fingertips straight out in front of you. Relax your shoulders. Hold your low belly in. Breathe in, chest up. As you exhale, push your hips back and down. Sit in your chair awkward. Little tuck of the tailbone under, so it's really slight, just enough to firm up the abs. Spine gets straight. Drop your hips nice and low. Keep your chest lifted. Relax your shoulders. Hold your low abs in. Shift your body's weight back. The counterbalance is happening through the reach of your fingertips, so the more that you reach forward, the more you'll be able to push back. Find your breath, chest up. Relax your shoulders. Notice your breath. Hold 3, 2, breathe in. Exhale all the way to the top. Stand tall. Keep your arms strong all the way to the tops of your toes as high as you get. On tops of your toes, so work your heels up nice and high. Give yourself your best. Relax your shoulders, firm up your arms. Take another inhale, stay tall. Exhale, sit down. Keep your heels lifted till your thighs are parallel to the floor. So heels up, spine straight, thighs parallel. So you're working your heels up, it'll naturally work the knees up. Relax your shoulders, but stay strong through your arms. Focus on your breath. We got this. Heels up, knees up. Keep working it. Heels up, knees up, maybe a little lower. Draw your chest back. Relax your shoulders. 3, 2, breathe in. Push all the way to the top. Release your heels. Keep your arms strong. We got one more. Come a little bit off your heels. Squeeze your inner thighs together. And then take your time sliding down. So you'll slide down till you have like 1 or 2 inches in between your hips and your heels. Squeeze your glutes and slowly slide down with a straight spine. Super slow, super steady. Good, a little bit the knees tip forward and down, just enough to draw your chest back, hold your abs in. Make sure your hips aren't sitting right on your heels. There's a little gap in between. Press your inner thighs together, focus on your breath. You have everything you need here, so keep your spine straight, press your inner thighs together, and then we take it back up. So take your time, press your inner thighs together, keep your spine straight, draw all the way up, release your heels, step together, chest up, big breath. Big breath out, let it go. All right, we're gonna do it one more time, but just a little bit faster. Okay, so open your feet back up, hip width distance. Arms come back up, shoulders down, but arms super strong. Like there's $1 million. I mean, you just need to like grab onto it and it's yours. Okay, chest up, big breath. Exhale, sit back right away. Push your hips back, hold your abs in, pull your fingertips forward, reach. Focus on your breath, 5, chest back, 4, 3, hold your abs in, 2, can you sit lower? Last 1, push all the way to the top, come to the tops of your toes, as high as you can. right? You're just looking to press up against your edge, only you know where it's at. Heels high, big breath, sit down. On tops of your toes, work your chest back, lift your heels high. Thighs parallel to the floor one day, relax your shoulders, keep your arms strong. Focus on your breath, 5, 4, heels up, 3, come on. 2, big breath in. Exhale, push all the way up, keep your heels lifted as best you can. If they drop, no biggie. Lift them up, squeeze your knees back together, arms strong. Spine straight, slow on this one, take your time. Really slow and steady, start to slide down that imaginary wall behind you. Like you're just sliding your shoulder blades right along. Come all the way down till you have 1 to 2 inches in between your hips and your heels. Squeeze your inner thighs together, little tip of your knees down, chest comes back. Hold your abs in nice and strong, focus on your breath. Really working to wake up your thighs. I'm sure you feel that little bit of burn, but also super good for your feet. There we go, let's push up. Press to your inner thighs, squeeze and lift. Take your time, release your heels, feet together, stand tall. All right, let's take it into one more warm-up posture, get the body really, really warm, really, really ready, and we'll keep going. So sweep your arms overhead, let's set up for eagle. I'm gonna do it facing you just in case. And so you're gonna take your left or right arm underneath your left, cross your elbows, then your wrists. You can interlace the grip and pull your elbows low. Keep your hips low, and then take your right leg and cross it up and over your left. So you're gonna work your elbows nice and low. I have a mic, so I don't wanna push down, but you can work your elbows super low and eventually ungrip the hands. So the fingertips will one day be in prayer, hands will be in prayer, and then fingertips below your nose. So work your elbows nice and low, sink your hips back, chest up, and you're gonna work to line everything up. Fingers, elbows, knees, and feet, all in the same line down the center line of your body. Really good for opening up the shoulders, shoulder blades, through your wrists, your hips, knees, ankles, draw your body's weight back, and then unwind. Let's do it again, sweep up. Go for the left side, left arm under right, same thing. You'll cross at the elbows, and then the wrists, palms come together. So you're working your thumbs towards your face and your pinky fingers towards the outside. Pull your elbows nice and low, shift your body's weight to the right, pick up your left leg, up and over. So for this variation, you're working your elbows low. In vinyasa, often they'll work the elbows high. It's just another variation. Nothing wrong, nothing better, nothing worse. For this one, really working on focusing on opening up that shoulder, upper back, that stuff that gets really, really snug, really, really tight from all of just our computer work and this rounding forward. So see if you can pull your shoulders down, work your elbows low, but keep your chest lifted to get that nice kind of achy stretch in the upper back and shoulders. Big breaths, hold, 3, 2, and then unwind arms up. Exhale, release your arms and stand tall. Let's take it into our balancing series. So if you need a sip or a swipe, it's a good time to grab it. We're gonna move into the balancing stuff. Bring your left leg nice and strong, rock a little bit of your body's weight forward, and then lift your right leg up nice and strong. So little flex of your toes up towards your face will activate the top of your quad, so it's using a little more of that strength because the quads are pretty strong. And then low belly pulls in to keep you lifted. This might be your posture today, standing forehead to knee, has many, many steps. This might be yours, but if you want more, inhale, big breath, exhale, round down and grab on. Interlace your grip, look forward, pull your low belly in. Here might be your best, and so stay. If you want a step back, you grab for the hamstring. Next step, this feels comfortable, good. You're like, give me some more. Drive your right heel forward. Push your heel forward until your thigh is parallel to the floor. Again, a little or a lot. There might be a bend today. In 2 weeks, there might not be. Who knows? Keep your legs nice and strong. Hold your low belly in. Even more, drop the elbows. Only worry about dropping the elbows if both legs are straight like an upside down letter L. Push your right heel forward, pull your toes back, hold your low abs in for 3, 2, and reverse. Release the elbows, bend at your knee, release your foot, and stand tall. Set it up for the other side. Right leg is strong, left leg rises, a little flex of your toes, stand up tall, hold your low belly in, take your choice underneath your hamstring or underneath your foot. Interlace your grip, hold your low belly in, super important because we're forward rounded. I want you to support your low back. So establish strength through your right leg. When you're ready, left heel goes forward a little or a lot. Each side's gonna be a little different, so drive from your left heel, pull your left toes back. Once both legs are straight, you're strong, you're steady, you're ready for more. Both elbows will begin to lower. Squeeze your elbows into your calf muscles. See if you can work to get your elbows below your calf muscles one day. And then back out. Stand tall and give yourself a little back bend. Okay, let's do it again. We're taking one step further. So left leg strong, right leg up. Big breath, stretch up, exhale, belly in, round down, grab on. So you stop whenever you've met your fullest expression. It's always about going to your fullest, not someone else's. So keep your left leg strong. When you're ready, slowly. Drive your right heel forward, pull your toes back. Keep both legs nice and strong. When you're ready for the next step, both legs straight, your elbows will start to lower. Squeeze your elbows in, drive through your heel, pull your toes. Now, if you want even more than this, you'll tuck your chin and touch your forehead to your knee. You take your time on your way out, and then back out. Stand tall. Let it go. You fall out, you get back in. That's all that happens, right? Left leg up. Let's finish it off. Big breath in, stretch up. Exhale, round down. Grab on, interlace grip. Be really particular about your grip too. It makes a huge difference in the opening of your upper back. So if your right leg's strong, when you're ready, left heel goes forward. As always, a little or a lot, drive through your heel. Pull your toes back, keep your standing leg strong. Once both legs are straight, upside down letter L, go for it. Bend at your elbows, squeeze them in so you find that big achy stretch through your upper back and shoulders. Push through your heel, pull your toes back. Once your elbows come below your calf muscles, you're ready for more. Tuck your chin, round your shoulders, touch your forehead to your knee. Whole back side of your body opens here, so really take your time. And then back out, 3, 2, and release. Stand nice and tall. Give yourself a little back bend if you'd like it. Next posture is going to give you a longer back bend, so we'll jump right into that. Bring your right arm out. On the flip side. Palm faces up, release your right hand. So your palm faces forward and the inner elbow points back, points out. Pick up your foot from the inside. So you'll just palm out, draw it back, grab on from the inside. Middle finger hits right around where the ankle bone is, and then squeeze your knees together so that little kind of like nodule around the ankle. If you fit your middle finger there, it's a nice little lock. And then the left arm comes up, draw your left arm back, squeeze your elbows in, breathe in, chest up, stretch high. Go, kick back, kick into your hand. The kick is what drives the posture, so kick into your hand, reach your fingertips forward, stretch back, kick. Stretch and reach. At the same time you stretch forward, you gotta kick back even more. Find your focus, your one spot. You fall out, you get back in. No one is immune to falling out. Kick into your hand, find your breath, kick. Stretch more forward, kick back, 3, 2, and 1. Good, take your time, and we'll take you to the other side. So bring your left arm out, palm faces the ceiling. Left hand back, pick up your left ankle from the inside. Right arm up, arm with your ear. So pull your arm back, stand up tall. Start with your knees together, big breath, stretch. Kick. Into your hand, kick back so much, you start to draw your left shoulder back. Reach and stretch through your fingertips, big kicks. Stretch more, kick back. Stretch more, kick back, come on. Turn it on, stretch, stretch, kick, and back out. Stand up tall and let it go. I'm gonna do one more. I'm just gonna count out 20 seconds. So give yourself the best 20 seconds that you can. If you fall out, you just jump back in. Okay, right arm out, pick up your right ankle. Start with your knees together, bring your left arm up. Big breath in, stretch up. And then go kick 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13. Stretch up, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Reverse. Let's take it to the left. Right away. Left arm out, pick up your left ankle. Bring your right arm up. Knees are together. Breathe in, stretch up. Go kick into your hand, 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, go get it, 3, 2, and 1, back it up. Good, stand up tall, let it go. And then a big step to the back of your mat until we got one more balancing posture to get the heart rate lifted, and we'll get into some stretches and some strength. So arms up, interlace grip, stretch up tall. Balancing stick is next, so right foot steps forward, a big step, legs are straight down, bring your upper body down and your leg up. Reach through your fingertips, roll your left hip down, stretch forward, stretch back. Focus on finding your balance, reach forward, stretch back, strong straight line, 3, 2, and back out. Step back, keep your arms with your ears. Breathe in, stretch up. Left foot steps forward. Rock forward and body. Work your right hip low so it's square with your mat, square with your shoulders, reach your fingertips forward, stretch your toes back, like that sensation of a tug of war. Reach and stretch, lengthen, 3, 2, and step back. Feet together, release your arms, stand tall, let it go. Big breath in, big breath out. All right, pivot. So you can step the right foot out. Inhale your arms over your head. Right foot steps out, a big step. Feet parallel to one another. Breath in, chest up. Exhale, fold forward over your legs. Separate leg stretching. So reach for your heels, you'll grab on. First one, lengthen a little bit as you inhale, and then use your exhale, grip tight. Stretch the top of your head down. Work the top of your head in between your two big toes. So if you need to open up your feet, open them. If you need to close your feet, close them. But find that nice little brush of the top of your head to the floor. It's okay if it's not accessible today, okay? But you know that you can always open up your legs a little further so you can get a sensation of how that will start to feel. Okay, so adjust accordingly. Let's find it. We're gonna hold for 3, so create your length if you're not already there. 3 more breaths. 3, 2, last one. And then release your grip, look forward, halfway lift. Stay for an exhale. Inhale, come up. All the way, reach your arms long. This time, interlace your grip behind your back. So just one of these. Okay, lift your chest, breathe in. Exhale, fold forward. Right away, let your hands come off your hips as far as they go. You can give your head a couple of little nods. Sometimes that can just like release some hidden tension. And then same kind of thing. You're gonna work to rock your body's weight forward, firm up your quads, stretch the top of your head down. Maybe one day the top of your head touches the floor, right? Maybe one day your arms come even further over your head. Really nice one for relieving your shoulders. Again, look for your exhale. And then here we go. Next inhale, you're all the way up. All the way to the top, and exhale, release your grip. You'll toe your feet in a little, so just a little wider than shoulder width distance, and you'll start to drop it all the way down into a squat. So drop your hips nice and low, press your palms together, lift your chest. Just take some breaths. So if Malasana, this yogic squat, is not available and you have, you know, like a pillow or a block or something, you can sit on that. That is a nice option just to kind of get the stretching ready. So maybe a couple of pillows or something like that if you don't have blocks accessible. Otherwise, if you have nothing, don't worry, they're still away. So open up your feet really wide. What you're looking for is not to get the heels to lift or the knees to really far jet over either side. So knees are still behind the toes, and then chest up. So if you gotta bring your hips up higher, go for it. Bring your hips up higher, and if you need a break because your muscles fatigue, take a break. And then join back in. So just a couple of moments here to just kind of open up a little bit of space. And then we're gonna take another little stretch to help open up some space in the shoulders. And so from this Malasana squat position, you can start with your left or right hand, it really doesn't matter. You'll take the hand behind your back. And then the same elbow, you pull in front of that same knee. So I have my left hand behind my back. I'll give you a little profile. Left hand behind the back. Slide the elbow inside the left knee and then sit up. So you can use that opposite hand to push out as you sit up. And then when you're ready, you can switch. If you feel like your shoulders are pretty open and you want to give it a try, you can take both. Full disclosure, the first time I tried to do both, I could not. Like it was not available. So just take a moment to kind of wiggle in a little bit. One is so breathtaking sometimes. So from here, you're working to sit up tall. And then use your elbows to push your knees wide. So you get this nice internal rotation and then by pressing the chest forward. So it still helps to open up your hips, but gives you a little bit of shoulder love too, because the next posture we're gonna do will require a little shoulder maneuvering also. Okay, so let's take it. Release your grip. If you did, make sure you do both sides. So if you didn't hit the right one yet, take a moment to get into the right side. And then we're gonna start playing with guillotine. So if you don't wanna play with guillotine, you can add these stretches. You can stay right here. We got other options. Actually, I'm gonna take one more stretch before we get into guillotine. So let's lift the hips, open up your feet back to that kind of wide-ish stance. Doesn't have to be super wide. And you'll work to push your hips back and lower your hips. Place your forearms on your inner thigh or on top of your thighs, and then wrap around the front of your shins. And so you're using your forearms to press your knees wide. From here, you stretch the top of your head forward. So hold your abs in. Just this way, you're supporting your low back, but then really work to push the knees out, and you just get into your inner thighs, and it is just a little sliver of magic. Just a little magic morning, you know? So there's a little bit of work, lots of stretch. Find it here. And then nice and slow, we'll back out. So from here, just straighten your legs, release your arms, and you can heel toe in a couple. So you're a little wider, more like shoulder width distance, a little wider than that. So again, you can go into guillotine. I'm gonna walk you through. Otherwise, you can take that stretch, malasana, any other hip openers. If you've got them in your bag, toss them in there if, you know, guillotine doesn't sound good. So I'm gonna show you full guillotine, half guillotine, and then you can play with it. So for guillotine, you'll take a C-shaped grip of your hand and take it behind the ankle. Same shoulder will drop below the same knee. And you're kind of working your knee over your shoulder like a backpack strap. Once you kind of establish that, you'll do the same thing on the other side, and you may have to adjust the feet in or out accordingly. So nice C grip on the ankles. Once you feel like you've kind of gotten in there as far as you can, thumbs come up towards the ceiling, palms face the ceiling, and you'll reach behind your back and slowly begin to work to straighten your legs. So maybe you'll get your fingertips to touch, maybe not. Make sure you take your time coming out of that. That was a little fast for me. So then you can also try half, and half can sometimes be a little more accessible and maybe a little easier to swallow at first. Maybe you'll try after that. So if you're gonna do half, it's just the same thing, only half. So you'll take your hand behind your ankle, release your shoulder nice and low. This time, instead of coming underneath the opposite leg, you'll take the opposite hand behind your back. Same kind of thing on the other side. Thumb comes up towards the ceiling and then over to the side. From here, you'll work to straighten your legs and take a nice little twist. And then if you do one side, you gotta do the other. Once you've done one, give it a shot on the other side. Get the shoulder low, take your arm up and over behind your back, and half. So really nice twist through your spine. Little love. And slow, take your time wherever you went. Let's meet back in malasana. One more big breath in, and then big breath out. Okay, release your hands to the floor and really take your time coming up. So work your hips up first. Take a breath in, and then a breath out. And inhale nice and slow, come up. When you're ready to exhale, exhale, and when you need another inhale, go for it. Sometimes that one can be a little sneaky and like crawl up on you kind of last minute. So take a moment and don't feel like you need to rush into posture if you need to kind of let things settle in a little. So let's do triangle. From the left side of your mat, inhale your arms over your head. Right foot takes a big step out to the right, 4 feet or more, and turn your right toes out. So your right foot's parallel with your mat, heel to heel alignment. Bend your right knee deeply. Sink your hips nice and low. And if you need to, you can always lengthen out your lunge. I always seem to take a shorter stance than I need. So no problem. If you got to lengthen it out, lengthen it out. Reach through your fingertips nice and strong. And then flip your palms to face out. And release your right elbow in front of your right knee. Stretch your right fingertips down. They never touch the floor. Reach your left fingertips up. They're reaching for the ceiling constantly. Slide your left hip forward and let your hips sink low. So you're sinking a little deeper into your lunge. Reach through your fingertips. Focus on your breath. Press down through all 10 toes. Notice your inner thighs start to fire up. Really nice little opener for your hip. Good for your thoracic spine too. So draw your left ribs back. Reach your fingertips towards the ceiling. And then change back your way out, straighten through your right leg, pivot your toes in, and switch right into the left side. Sink your hips nice and low. A little bit your hips forward, chest back, flip your palms, and release your left elbow in front of your left knee. So you can use the elbow to help open up the left side. Slide your right hip forward, reach through your fingertips nice and strong. Press down through all 10 toes, roll your right shoulder back, find your breath. Look for the space you need. So if you feel a little bit of intensity, think about that intensity. Breathe into it. Notice the strength you're creating. Notice the space you're creating. This time, right ribs draw back just a little. Reach your right fingertips up. Get really strong. Little stretch through the cardiac muscle, getting your heart even stronger. And drive out through the left leg. Pivot your toes in and step back together, arms up. Release your arms, stand tall. I'm gonna do it again. Inhale, right away, arms overhead. Exhale, step out. Big step. Right toes out. Bend your right knee and sit low. Hips forward, chest back. Flip your palms and release your right elbow. Reach your left fingertips up so you can stay right here. This might feel like enough. If it is, stay. If you want more, let your right shoulder drop low. Thumb comes behind you, palm up. Same thing. Flip the thumb down towards your belly button. Grab for the right hand and then roll your left shoulder, rib cage back. Push your right shoulder into the right leg to make sure the knee is stacked over your heel, and then get the left hip to slide forward. Look up. Back out. Push through the right leg, pivot the toes in. Switch sides. Same thing. Chest forward. Flip your palms. Left elbow in front of your left knee, right arm up. Stretch through your fingertips, big reach. Stay if this feels right. If you want more, left shoulder comes low. Thumb towards your belly button as it wraps behind underneath your hamstring, hand behind your back. Pull your right shoulder back, press your right hip forward, left leg back. So notice the difference between the right and the left. You may have a side that's a little snugger than the other. This is my snug side. Good, unwind. And then press out. Toes forward, step together, arms up, and then let it go. We'll take one more little hamstring stretch, and then we'll make it to the floor. So sweep your arms overhead, bring your palms together, just cross at your thumbs, and step your right foot out. So 3-ish feet. Pivot your hips and shoulders to the front of your mat. Square your hips and your shoulders, backside foot at about a 45. Breathe in, lift your chest tall. On your exhale, you'll tuck your chin to your chest, round down, and touch your forehead to your knee. So you have to bend that front knee. Go for it. So take your time. Working your forehead towards your knee, you'll hold your belly in. Work to straighten your legs. They don't have to touch. You'll push your fingertips into the floor, so if you need to open them. Otherwise, you can work to bring them together into prayer. Just a couple more breaths here. It is a throat choke sensation, so it's normal to feel a little challenged in the breathing. It's supposed to be. It actually helps to stimulate your thyroid and parathyroid. So super good for us, keeping us healthy and happy inside and out. Squeeze in tight. And then take your time backing out, straighten out. Hands come together, sweep up, Pivot through center and then all the way to the opposite. So again, backside foot up 45, square your hips, stretch up, exhale, tuck and round. Nice and slow. The real meat of the posture is that you get the forehead to knee. So if you have to bend the knee and open the arms, do it. Some days it might be accessible to straighten it all the way out and bring your hands together. Other days it might not. So no pressure. You just try your best. That's it. And then take your time backing out, straighten out, hands together, peel up, pivot, and step forward. Top of your mat. All right, we're gonna do a little half lotus style tree. And so with your feet together, you'll pick up your right leg. Nice and high, stand tall, take your right heel and the pinky edge side of your right foot towards your left hip crease. You'll work the sole of your foot towards the ceiling. And then if this half lotus variation is just not feeling correct on your knee today, you can come from here. So this is the first option. Second would be to come to the calf muscle. And then third would be to lift up over the knee to the inner thigh. You never really want pressure against the knee going off to the side. So make sure that if you do take this variation, that you make sure the foot is well above the knee or well below. So your options here for sure. If your knees are happy and healthy, I would invite you to try this half lotus variation. It's just a nice external rotation of the hips, really good for relieving low back tension, tightness. Just the list is really long. So if this feels like something you can manage with your breath, I say try it. Luckily there's a wall there. Okay, so stand up nice and tall, left hand or right hand to the center of your chest to start. Left hand might follow, but it also might not. You may want to hold onto your foot a little longer because if you feel like the foot just slips right down, that's the noise it makes in my head, then you may want your hand to help hold you up. And totally honest, over the course of, 17, 18 years of practice, sometimes I can let my foot go and sometimes I can't. I think that that's pretty normal, because life ebbs and flows and changes. So take what you have today and trust that it's what your body needs. Okay, we're just gonna switch sides. So nice and easy, just take it to the other side. This time, left heel and pinky toe come to your right hip crease. Stand up tall, relax your shoulders, and bring your left hand to the center of your chest. Relax, but lift. Right, so there's this sense of ease and effort in every posture. And so a little bit you squeeze your glutes forward. This will help to draw the left. Keep your chest really tall, really lifted. Feel proud of your effort, your energy, and your body. Maybe your right hand meets your left. If your foot doesn't slip, posture doesn't change so much. Good. And then nice and slow, back it out. From here, we'll make it to the floor. So take a moment to sit. You're gonna take a really wide diamond shape. So butterfly is with the heels in, super close to you. Diamond's gonna be way out here. And so the feet might open a little bit. We're just gonna take this from here. So diamond shape, take a nice big breath in. We're gonna start by folding ourselves forward. We'll stay for about 5 breaths. So get in nice and snug. And let's breathe for 5. 4. This one's always kind of surprising at how sensational it can be. 3. 2. And then one last one. And nice and slow back out. Keep your right foot where it's at and draw your left heel into the center line of your body. So you still have that nice kind of knee off to the right bent shape. And again, you'll lean forward over your leg. So just right in the center line of the body. Work yourself nice and slow. So you can like drop into that really snug spot and then breathe. Just dip into your inhale and your exhale, and you can utilize this elongated exhale to send signals to your heart, to your body and your brain that it's in a relaxation mode, and the body will more efficiently start to open up and create space. 3 more breaths. 2. Here's your last one. Big breath. See if you can slide a little deeper. And then nice and slow, back it out. And you'll just switch sides. So make sure your left leg meets about the same length as your right, and then take the right leg in. Heel into the center line of your body, sit up, chest up, hips back, fold. You might find one side again that's a little snugger. Just work to get comfortable. This work can be mighty magical on opening up relieving some tension rather in your low back. Three. See if you can sink a little deeper. 2. Keep coming back to your breath. Last one. And then nice and slow back out. Sit up nice and tall and stretch both legs out in front of you. Take a couple more stretches. So bend your right knee in. So there's a gap in between your inner arch and your inner thigh. And it's basically like you're lining your heel up with exactly where your hip is in line. And then let your right knee fall out towards the right. Take your right hand and reach it as far forward as you can. Flip. So right knee falls out to the right. Reach your right fingertips forward. And then you're going to work to squeeze your right knee into your armpit. Take your thumb down so the palm faces out, and then wrap behind. Palm starts to rotate up, and then thumb will come up. Same thing happens on the opposite hand, but this time behind the back. So you just flip the palm to grab onto the left, stretch forward from the top of your head. Flex your left toes, squeeze yourself in. And if you don't have the grip today, don't worry, you just reach in that general direction. The space will come. Good, and then nice and slow back out. And we'll just switch sides. Straighten out the right, bend the left, heel in line with your hip. Let your left knee fall out towards the left. Reach your left fingertips forward, squeeze your knee into armpit, thumb down, flip it all the way behind your back, stretch. Same thing, thumb up, and then it's just a flip of the wrist. Square your shoulders, stretch forward. All right, nice and slow. Back your way out. And straighten your legs all the way out. Okay, I have more room this way, so I'm gonna flip. Okay, let's take that little bit of a deeper option. So I'm gonna walk you through it, and then I'll show you. So you'll start with a little bit of a bend in your knees and your feet wide like mat width, but might come wider, and that's okay. You'll eventually start to pull them in towards mat width, and then eventually even closer. So similar as our guillotine and the previous diamond stretch that we did, you'll keep the knees bent and lean yourself forward. From here, you'll slide. So I like to lean because that's the way I can get into it. You slide your hand underneath that bend in your knee and slide it out. And then you do the same thing on the opposite side. You'll slide it out. Then from here, you work your shoulders underneath your knees and you slide your heels forward, chin forward. So as you slide forward, your heels might come a little bit wider than your mat. It's okay for now. Eventually, they'll be able to come in a little closer, but just take your time. So you slide the heels forward, work to straighten your legs, and stretch forward. Top of your head stretches forward. Look for your breath. It's a pretty intense stretch. So that being said, if that doesn't feel accessible today, I don't blame you, come back to this posture. This diamond shape that we've already been at, come back to here. Because this is the prep work for this kind of thing. It's the prep work for getting your foot over your head. It's the prep work for opening up the hips, releasing some tension from your pelvis so you can get the hips to push back. So take it where you want. If you're going into that full expression, reach long, and then slide the heels forward, straighten it all the way out. So find your posture, find your breath, and we'll just hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, and then 1. Slowly bend at the knees. Slide one hand out at a time, take your time. And then kick your feet off to the right or to the left and come laying on your belly. Slide your hands underneath your shoulders, squeeze your legs together and your elbows in close to your rib cage. We'll do just a quick little spine strengthening set and then twist and send you on your way. So squeeze in nice and close, relax your shoulders, plant your palms, breathe in, lift, cobra. Pull your shoulders away from your ears, press down to the tops of your feet, squeeze your glutes, keep everything nice and strong, just waking up the back side of your body. Lift, take an inhale. Exhale, lift your legs and your arms, take them wide. Lift your chest, draw your chest back. Squeeze your inner thighs together, squeeze your glutes, focus on your breath, big breath in. Exhale, bend at your knees and grab for your feet. Let's set up for a bow. Kick into your hands right away. It doesn't have to be the most impeccable bow you've ever done. Kick into your hands, find your breath. Just give your best. Kick, and release. Look over your right shoulder, take a breath in, and a breath out. Let's just do that one more time. Hands underneath your shoulders, squeeze your elbows in, zip your legs together. Imagine you have one, it's building a lot of strength in your low back and your inner thighs. Inhale, peel your chest off the mat, cobra, half. Squeeze your elbows in, it's light touch through your hands. Focus on the strength in the bottom half of your body, so squeeze your glutes, press your inner thighs together. Keep your chest up, inhale. Exhale, legs up, arms wide. Start to pull your arms back, lift your chest, reach through your fingertips, keep your legs lifted, focus on your breath. 3, 2, and you find bow. Bend at your knees, grab on. Kick into your hands right away. Relax your shoulders, rock your bodies, weight forward to the soft part of your belly, kick towards the ceiling, start to look up, kick up. Opening up the entire front side of your body, kick, slow. Look over your left shoulder. Big breath in, big breath out. All right, look forward, plant your palms. Give yourself a little press up, and we're gonna set up for a plank. So you can take your plank from your knees or from your feet. Come onto the forearms and press up. So it's gonna take 30 seconds, so it'll go by really quick. Push the floor away, a little tuck your tailbone under. Just kind of waking things up a little bit. Reestablishing strength on the front side of your body. And we just got about 10 seconds left. So push the floor away. A little tuck of your tailbone under. Again, knees or feet for 5, 4, 3, 2. And knees to the floor. Walk yourself all the way up. So you can walk your knees forward. And start with your knees close. But open up your feet. So they're a little wider than your hips. And then slowly let your hips sink down. And you might need to come a little further forward. Okay, so knees are close. If this feels like, what the heck, come up. You can always come up. Place your hands on the floor and take some of that weight off. And then you'll just use your hands to walk yourself back until you find your perfect spot to stay. Okay, and the place where you can breathe, not too much sharpshooting pain, not any sharpshooting pain, and not too much tension on the knees. You know that edge, and just really start to play with where that is for you. This is going to be different for everyone. So if your hips are all the way on the floor, feet are pointing straight back, then you can place your hands on the soles of your feet, fingers face up. One at a time, you'll lower each elbow. Keep your chest lifted. From here, if this still feels really good, let your head come back. Still in that really good feeling, walk your elbows forward so you can let the top of your head touch the floor. From here, you'll gently slide forward so the back of your head touches the floor, and then your chin comes in towards your chest. You get that nice arch in your spine. Puff your chest up, and eventually you'll work your arms over your head. So stop when you need to stop. But this posture is really good for opening up the front side of the body, which is incredibly important when it comes to backward bends. All right, and then take your time backing up. Push the elbows, lift your chest, and come all the way up. Lean forward and kick your feet off to the right or to the left and sit up nice and tall. So let's take final spine, Ardha Matsyendrasana. Left foot comes on the outside of your right hip and right foot comes up and over the left knee. Make sure your heel and your knee are in pretty close alignment and both your hips are sitting flush to the floor. Take your right hand behind your back so it acts like a kickstand. Bring your palm really close to your spine so your forearm can kind of press in and lift you up tall. Reach your left arm high. Take your left leg, push your left elbow into the outside of the right thigh, reach for your left knee. So it might not be your knee today, it might be your mat, that's fine, or a towel, or even just the leverage of your left elbow. Stretch up tall and turn and twist as you look over your right shoulder. Rock your body's weight forward. If you feel really well balanced, you can work your right hand behind your back and reach for your left hip crease. Twist from cervical to lumbar, so look over your right shoulder. Bring it up. And then slowly back your way out, unwind. You can give yourself a little counter to the left, and we'll go right into the opposite side. So right foot comes around, heel on the outside of your left hip, heel in line with your right knee. Left hand behind your back, reach your right arm up high. Push your left leg out of the way. Use your right hand, reach for your knee, your mat, your towel, whatever you got your leverage on. Breathe in, chest up, stretch up. And then again, look over your left shoulder. Same kind of thing. If you feel well balanced, otherwise keep your hand on the floor. No problem. Hand behind your back, pull. So use the strength of your left shoulder, pull back, look over your left shoulder. Sit up tall, one more inhale, and one more exhale. Good, nice and slow unwind. Little counter to the right if you want it. And then sit up tall. Come sitting up, and we'll finish with our breathing exercise. If you prefer to kneel, you're welcome to kneel or sit cross-legged. As long as the belly has lots of room, we'll take Kapalabhati. So blowing in firm, it snaps of the belly that force the air up and out. We're going to do the more traditional way, which is just through the nose. So with your hands on your knees, spine nice and straight, arms are strong so your belly can be soft. And this way you can really focus on that engagement and release as opposed to your abdominals feeling like they have to hold your spine up. So use your arms to do that. Breathe in. And then breathe out. And begin. Keep going. It's that snap and release that's forcing the air up and out of your lungs. It's helping to strengthen not only your abdominals, but also strengthen the vitality of your lungs, forcing air up and out that maybe is like stale or stuck at the bottom of the lung. So push out, 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 out. Push. Let's do 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Take a moment to lay back. Close your eyes and take up a little bit of space. Enjoy these final few moments of your practice. These are some of the most important. Take up space, close your eyes. And I would invite you today to really thank your body and start to get descriptive. Like, thank you for showing up this morning. Thank you that no matter what I had, it's enough. Thank your body for the daily things that it does that we just don't even pay attention to. The fact that we can put food in our stomach and most of the time it just digests on its own. We don't really have to think about it. Sometimes we eat things that don't settle well, right? And that's communication from our body that it's not going as good as I would like. Can you change that? But so often we do things and the body just adjusts. It just responds and adapts, and it's incredible. So give your bodies a little bit of love today. Tell your body why you're grateful for it today. I think that those little things, as kind of silly as they can sound, I'm finding the more that I try, the more they work. And just the better you start to feel. And I don't know about you guys, but feeling good is super valuable to me. And I think that's probably valuable to all of us. And so if these are little ways that we can create that good feeling, that vital feeling, then let's keep doing these healthy things that make us feel good and right. So thank you all so much for your energy and your effort. My privilege, my pleasure. Namaste.